Hello again, everybody. I'm Snapper Lancaster, welcoming you to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. Well, it was quite a special week in high school football last week, and we're going to talk about it just a few moments here in the opening. Buddy Anderson took his Vestavia Rebels to Jack Wood Stadium in Trussville, where they won their 310th game of Coach Anderson's illustrious career. What a wonderful career he has had at Vestavia. That 310th win made Coach Anderson the all-time winningest coach in Alabama high school football history, regardless of what classification or what size of a school. Coach Anderson, like I said, started that win streak 37 years ago, a number of wins, and of all things, they started it right there at Jack Wood Stadium in Trussville, Alabama, where he got the first win of his career. And 37 years later, Coach Anderson is at the top of the ladder, as the old saying goes. He now owns that record, and what a record it has been. It has, and of course, Coach Anderson will tell you this, his players had a lot to do with it, his coaches had a lot to do with it, his high school, all the people associated with Vestavia Hills. But Buddy is the leader, and what an outstanding spokesperson, what an outstanding role model for the coaching industry, for high school sports in particular. So once again, Coach Buddy Anderson is the all-time winningest high school football coach in the state of Alabama, and this coming Friday night, he and his team hope to add to that win record. So once again, congratulations, Coach Anderson. Many, many more years of success to you. And in just a moment, we'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll have our first guest of the evening. Don't you go away.
Good driver discount, multi-car discount, good student discount. Helping you save money on car insurance is just part of the service you get from State Farm agent Jack Traffinstead. Whether an accident or a simple question, Jack and his staff get you the help you need. And that's the value only a State Farm agent can provide. Call Jack Traffinstead today. 40 million drivers already know nobody gives more discounts to more drivers than State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Land of Frost Premium is America's best-selling 1-pound deli pouch, now available in 12 delicious flavors, including new flavors of mesquite turkey and cotto salami. High school athletes across the country ask for Land of Frost by name. These great items are available at your local grocer, including Piggly Wiggly, Food Giant, Western supermarkets, and many more. Land of Frost also makes other varieties of lunch meats, including deli shaved bistro and sub sandwich kits. Land of Frost is a proud sponsor of youth sports as well.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And welcome back, folks. In our first segment of the show tonight, we're going to be talking with one of the longtime veteran coaches here in the Birmingham-Jefferson County area. Of course, we're talking about Coach Fred Yancey of the Briarwood Christian Lions. Coach, always good to see you.
Thank you.
And for a lot of people that might not have seen you in a while, or maybe seeing you for the first time, Coach, before we get into talking about your team, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to Briarwood and the history of what you've done in coaching thus far.
Well, it'd be a long history because I've gotten old over the years. I've been at Briarwood 25 years and 45 years coaching altogether. And so my wife and my son and my daughter, we were in Memphis for a lot of years. We were in Georgia for a few years and then came to Briarwood in 1990. And so we've been here ever since.
Well, I tell you what, I know one of the things that I've noticed through the years, Coach, is the reputation that you've earned through the years, and a lot of that is totally, believe me, because of the type man you are. And I know the people there at Briarwood are awfully tickled with the man they've got as a head coach. But Let's talk a little bit about that background and some of those years where the athletes have changed through the years. I know the coaching styles have changed, but talk a little bit about the athletes. Are they a lot like they were 25, 30 years ago, or are there some changes? And if so, what have you seen?
You know, I get asked that question pretty often because having coached a lot of years now, people will say, are the athletes the same as they used to be, or is there just a lot of difference? And I think they're basically the same. Years ago, there were kids who were wanting to be good football players, and they were willing to do hard work, and we still have that going today. Our kids at Briarwood, they make me proud all the time because they're willing to put in time and effort. They do a great job of working hard. They care about each other, and they're the right kind of guys to be around. Now, some years we're more talented than others. That's not constant. Sometimes we're faster, sometimes we're bigger. But I think as far as the effort to be good players and to care about the game and to have some desire to do something special, I think that's been the same over the years as far as I'm concerned.
Coach, I wonder if you would agree with this statement or not. One of the things I've seen, I guess, talking about changes in my lifetime anyway, it's like maybe there are just more things or more outside interests that draw, or, you know, that the players could get involved in. But thankful to people such as yourself, they pick football or an athletic program and they delve into that and make that their lifeblood in high school, and what a positive thing it is for them.
Well, there are a lot of toys out there, and there's still some kids that choose to do things that I think are kind of meaningless, but at Briarwood we've been blessed to have a lot of kids who care about athletics or care about the band program or care about other aspects of the school that are real important. And so, you know, that's really the most important thing. If they'll plug into school in a way that's positive, they'll get a good reward, I believe.
Well, you know, Coach, you're going to get on me a little bit, I guess. When I asked you, when we talked on the telephone a couple of nights ago, I said, Coach, you're not off to a very good start, 1-2. You very quickly reminded me, Snapper, we were 1-2 this time last year, and what a turnaround you had. Now, having said that, Coach, you've been in this business a long time. We know that the football season really is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And a lot of times you start out average, but you end up a whole lot better. Talk about, one, that aspect of the game, and two, how you think that compares with the group of youngsters you're dealing with this year.
Well, I've coached high school football a lot of years, and I can probably count on one hand any time I've ever been undefeated. Life's not undefeated. Football teams aren't undefeated very often. I would like to be,
right,
but it doesn't work that way. But the beauty and the fun of high school football is not that you went undefeated. It really is the determination and the desire to become something special, even when you're getting beat sometimes. So it's never a bad season. Sometimes some seasons are more successful than others as far as winning and losing, but the value of what they're doing is priceless regardless.
Well, I tell people all the time, and Coach, I wonder if you would agree with this statement, that it's awfully easy to be a winner, but sometimes the most valuable lessons we gain in life, we gain from losing.
Yeah.
Because you have to pick yourself up and then go about the task of correcting whatever the problem is. Well, one thing I know about you in the situation there at Briarwood, one, there's not a problem. What I mean by that, talk about what has to be a love affair between you, Briarwood, the Briarwood community, and all the support you've got from the people throughout the years.
Well, I've been blessed to have an opportunity to teach and coach at Briarwood Christian School, and that school was founded on the right principles, I believe. And to be given that opportunity, that's an honor, it's a privilege, it's a great opportunity. And these guys that I work with every day, the players and coaches, they uplift me, and they cause me to grow spiritually, as well as into being the right kind of guy day in and day out. I hope to be. And so it's a great opportunity to be at Briarwood. But I think the spiritual aspect at Briarwood is important. And I think that's ultimately, we feel like that it's going to be the great life lesson that these kids are going to learn anyway.
Coach, the time gets away from us real quickly. We've got about a minute and a half left. I want you to talk a little bit about the region that you're in this year. I know some of the teams have changed. What do you think it looks like for you and your Briarwood team as you try to navigate through the season?
Well, we knew being promoted to 6A was going to be a tough challenge, but our kids have embraced the idea that if that's where we are, that's where we play. And our region, though, is a difficult region, as I think all these 6A regions in Alabama are pretty tough. But Homewood right now is in a great position. They looked so good the other night as they beat us. And they're a typical talented, well-coached Homewood team, so they are in good position. We play Hueytown this week, and boy, they look so good and athletic. Minor, of course, has been terrific this year. Walker, and kind of on and on. There's really not, the teams in our region are all real capable of having good teams, and I hope we're one of those also.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, there's no doubt in my mind that you and your players will step it up if that's what it takes or whatever. But it's a long season,
yep.
And thank goodness 1 or 2 weeks don't make it.
That's
so
right.
Good luck to you and your team, and we look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thank you, Snapper.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to visit with 3 gentlemen very inspirational in what type of program Briarwood will have this year. We'll be right back. If you want to personalize that special vehicle you drive, whether it be a car, SUV, or that truck that you love so much, then you need to visit the Drive Shop. They're located between downtown Trussville and Deerfoot Parkway on Highway 11, where their fine service staff of professionals are waiting to serve you. The services include auto systems, security and remote start systems, tires and wheels, and window tinting, just to name a few. So come by and visit them today, or find them online at thedriveshop.com, or visit us on the Facebook. That's the Drive Shop in Trussville, 533-8785. Also, if you mention Snapper's name, you'll receive a 10% discount.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down?
People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through.
Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm.
Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose.
All right, let's go.
Want to borrow better? Contact State Farm agent Thomas Waters about a car loan that can save you hundreds.
And folks, as we get back into this segment with the youngsters from Briarwood, I want to tell you very quickly, you know, we'll be able to see our program on the internet. You can go to our website, castvshow.com. You can go to YouTube, or iHigh. There's plenty of ways to get to it. Best way, go to our website and you'll be able to navigate right to each and every program. Guys, as we start this interview off, I see where all of you guys are seniors. So with that thought in mind, Whit, the first question I'd like to ask you going into this year, what were the expectations that you have for yourself personally and also for your team as it being your senior year?
Well, this year we don't have any big D1 prospects on our team, so we have to just work together and play as a team. We can't win games as individuals. We got to play as a team and just execute as a team. We can't do it on our own.
Okay, John, what are your thoughts along that line?
I agree with Whit. We need to stick together. We need to get better every week. We need to learn how to operate as one unit. we can't try to be one-man show.
Okay, Jordan?
Same as all them. We play for all of us. We play just to play our hearts out, and we can't just do it on our own. We all got to pitch in and do our part and do the right assignments. And when we do the right assignments, that's what's going to happen is we're going to make good plays.
Well, all you guys being seniors, and we'll start with you, Jordan. Team chemistry is always an important makeup of any team. The closer you are, it seems like the more you build a oneness there that makes the whole team better. Talk about the team chemistry from your aspect.
I think we have great team chemistry. We're all, it's not just like the seniors are better and older than everybody else. We all just come together as one. There's no age difference that just takes us apart from each other. It's just like we're all just together as a band of brothers just playing together.
Well, John, what does team chemistry mean to you? How does it look to you?
It means to me that we can work together and everybody's part of the team. Everybody's important, and they didn't know that. Means that older kids shouldn't put down the younger ones just because they are smaller. Everybody needs to be supportive of one another. And that's how you have a good team.
Whit, how about you?
Well, I know I would fight and put it all on the field for these guys, and I know they'd say the same for me. And I'm relying on them; they're relying on me.
Well, one question I would like to ask you is we talk about, we know you guys are big and tough, and you play football and you work out and you work hard, but there's another aspect of your career in high school, and that's the classroom. Now, having said that, it's very simple. You don't qualify in the classroom, you don't make it to the football field. So what I want to know, and we'll start off with you, and the other guys will be able to pick up off of what you say too. What's a day like in the classroom, or what's a day like at school for you, aside from the football aspect?
Well, we're so blessed to be at Briarwood. It's such an awesome school academically, and we know it's very important to not only be good on the field, but off the field also. We learn a lot, and we have very high grades, and we're good.
How about you, John?
We have excellent teachers at Briarwood. I'm very, very happy with all my teachers. Senior year is not nearly as hard as junior year so far, so that's a blessing. But it's everything brings a challenge, but I enjoy it. It's good. Good,
Jordan.
Same as all them. Like they said, we're blessed that we get to go to a great Christian school, and that academically we do have great teachers, and we're also held at a higher standard academically by our teachers to do better in the classroom. And I think as we do better in the classroom, it'll help us do better on the field, knowing that we don't have anything back at school that we have to worry about while we're on the field.
Knowing that you guys are seniors, football players, and we'll start with you, Jordan. You participate in any other sports there at Briarwood?
I play lacrosse.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how about you, John?
I do not.
You don't? And Whit?
I used to play baseball, but I'm all football this year.
All
Yes, sir.
football? Okay, I know we were talking with Coach about it just a moment ago. You're into a new region, Class 6A. Talk about the teams that you're playing, and Whit, do you know anything about some of the newer teams you'll be playing on your schedule, and who do you look forward to playing down the road?
Well, all the new teams we play are going to be a challenge, and we like the challenge, and we like being in 6A, and we're 1-2 so far, but got a whole season ahead of us, and we're not worried about that.
Right. How about you, John? Is there anybody you're looking forward to playing, or you know some players from other schools?
I'm honestly looking forward to playing Hewitt-Town. They're a homecoming. It's going to be a challenge, but I think we can do it. I'm looking forward to that game to see how we do, see how much we improve.
Okay, Jordan, how about you?
Same as them. Everybody's going to be tough. Being in a different region, higher region, more expectations to do better, and I think we got that. We'll see how the season goes, but I think we'll do great.
Now, you guys being seniors, let's just take it for granted that you may play football at the next level, and I hope all of you do, but if you don't, and Whit, we'll start with you. One, what college would you like to go to, or do you know where you're going, and what courses do you hope to be taking?
I want to be an engineer at Auburn, most likely if I don't play football.
Okay, that's
Yes, sir.
great.
I like Samford a lot. Maybe do some pre-med and stuff like that. Maybe go to UAB afterwards. So,
Really?
yes, sir.
Okay. Jordan, how about you?
I'd like to study business at Sanford.
Okay, now, y'all all opened the door for me to ask one question. Nobody said anything about, hey, I might like to be a coach one day down the road. Does that ever enter any of yours mind, or is it you going to leave it on the playing field when you leave Briarwood?
Well, it's possible, I guess.
But it's not something you've thought a whole lot about?
No, sir.
Okay, now, another question I like to ask you guys, because you never know what kind of answer you're going to get. What's the one thing about you that most people don't know? Is it a hobby you have, or is it some of your likes or dislikes? A hunter, fisherman, or a guitar player, or what is it that the average person doesn't know about you that might surprise them if they did? And we'll start with you, Whit.
Well, I'm a big Madden player, PS4, and I can beat anybody in Madden. Anybody challenge me. I love to play Madden. Not much people know that about me, but
I think you ought to be a little more confident. You'd probably do better at it.
Yes, sir.
That's great. How about you, John?
I'm a big hunter and fisher. I enjoy the outdoors a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Jordan, how about you?
I play the drums.
Really?
Yes, sir.
In a band?
We have a worship band at school, and I play.
Really? Well, that's terrific.
I
I said that half-heartedly, but it did open the door. That's great.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Another question that I wonder about when it comes to you guys. Some guys enjoy playing at home, home cooking, home crowd, and all that. Where other guys prefer to go on the road for the simple reason they feel like the pressure's not as much there. Talk about that aspect, and which one do you prefer? And we'll start with you, Whit.
I prefer home games. I like the home environment and all that, but this year we only have 4. So we'll have more away than home, but I'm more of a home game guy.
Yeah, and it's sort of strange how that happens on the schedule sometimes, too.
Yes, sir.
How about you, John?
I definitely enjoy home games more. I mean, I just love, just the atmosphere. Just feel, you feel at home, like that's where you're supposed to be. So.
Like them, I love playing at home, but also love going to away games and playing on different types of fields and just different kinds of experiences, going through different places to go play.
Jordan, we'll start with you. What is it you like most about your football experience at Briarwood, and what is it you like the least?
What I love the most is our coaches. They influence us a lot, and they put all their heart and soul into us. And I think that's just great because I know that I can go to any other coaches whenever I need to. But probably the least favorite thing I have is probably the humidity and the Alabama weather that we have all the time.
We can't have everything positive as we'd like, can we? How about you, John?
Well, I mean, I like the lessons, that you learn from football. And our coaches really help implement those a lot, lessons that you'll never forget. But I also agree with Jordan, the humidity and the heat, definitely makes for a challenge.
Okay.
So.
What I like most about Briarwood in particular is playing for a Christian school and remembering who we represent, not playing for ourselves, representing God and the way we play. And what I don't like about it that has to end so soon, we're already seniors.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast.
I tell you, we sometimes we take time for granted, like the seasons are going to be around forever. Mm-hmm. And the next thing you know, you start off as that freshman, and the next thing you know, it's the senior season. Well, guys, another question I always like to ask, and you get different answers, but I'm always curious as what each athlete's going to say. To this point in your young lives, who's been the most inspirational persons in your life, and why? And we'll start with you, Whit.
Probably my dad. He's taught me a lot about, how to live my life, how to represent myself in a godly way, and same with the whole coaching staff at Briarwood. We're so blessed to have them, and they're teaching not only on the field but off the field, and teaching us, life lessons.
Great, that's good. How about you, John?
This is my dad as well. He's a godly man. He has taught me what it means, to be disciplined, and just everything you need to know to succeed in life, you know. So.
Well, you know, one thing that we talk about a lot, it's easy to be a winner, but the best lessons you learn sometimes are from losing, because you have to get back up and get headed on the right track. Very quickly, how about you, Jordan?
My dad too. He's just been an inspiration to me ever since I was little. You know, I grew up with him being my coach for football, and he taught me a lot, how to be a man in life and a great godly man, and just to teach me how to be a godly man.
Well, I tell you what, guys, you've gotten off to a slow start, but that doesn't mean that's how it's going to end up. So just go work hard, play hard, enjoy your senior season, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. We come back, another coach and 3 more athletes. Where are they from? I don't know. You'll have to come back and see. Stay with us. Land of Frost Premium is America's best-selling 1-pound deli pouch, now available in 12 delicious flavors, including new flavors of mesquite turkey and cotto salami. High school athletes across the country ask for Land of Frost by name. These great items are available at your local grocer, including Piggly Wiggly, Food Giant, Western supermarkets, and many more. Land of Frost also makes other varieties of lunch meats, including deli shaved bistro and sub sandwich kits. Land of Frost is a proud sponsor of youth sports as well.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
You know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
The community features a world-class resort and spa. The amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course. Miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, welcome back. It's our pleasure to have one of the newest coaches here in the Birmingham area with us. As a matter of fact, I got to see him and his team up close this past Friday night. And of course, we're talking about Coach Josh Floyd of the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies. Coach Floyd, good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here.
And please, first time that you've been here in the Birmingham area, tell our viewers about your background and how you've led to become the head coach there at Hewitt-Trussville.
Sure. Well, I've actually been coaching about 12, 13 years, and I've been a head coach for the last 10 seasons, actually at Shiloh Christian High School, which is in Springdale, Arkansas. It's actually where I went to high school, played for Coach Gus Malzahn, head coach at Auburn, and so obviously had a great experience there. And we were one of the first ones to run the hurry up no huddle back 1996 is when he came to Shiloh as a sophomore, and then 1997 is when we actually put the offense in and started doing that. And so it was a lot of fun. We won some games and broke some records, and nobody really knew how to defend it then. It's a lot harder to do it now. You know, nobody knew what they were doing back then. So.
Well, I tell you what, we saw it for the first time Friday night up close, and for a while you guys did go up and down the field because it's a working offense, but like you said, it's something that not only your coaches but the players have to adapt to and everything. Right. But talk about just for a few moments, Coach, the path that got you here to Hewitt-Trussville, because I know not many coaches come from out of state, and also you brought the offensive and defensive coordinators with you, which is very rare in high school. Right. And how did all that come about?
Sure. Well, we were actually in the middle of spring ball where I was at, and it was one of those situations. I mean, that's home for me, so it's not like I was looking to leave or trying to, get a different job or anything. Just kind of, they called me about the middle of May, and at first I was like, I don't know about the timing right now, but the more I listened, I really heard Dr. Neal, our superintendent, and heard her heart for the future of this program. And I just thought it was a great opportunity. It was something that I went home and we obviously thought about it a lot and prayed about it, and really felt like this was where we needed to be. And there's a lot of excitement in our program, and Hewitt's a team that's been good over the years, but we're trying to take it to a championship level, and that doesn't necessarily happen overnight. But there's a lot of commitment there. We're about to open a $15 million stadium, hopefully this year, hopefully in a few weeks, and there's a lot of excitement there. It was exciting to get to bring some of my staff, and that was a big deal to me. And that doesn't happen a lot in high school football. But when Coach Riddle resigned, I know a few of the guys who was on his staff, they ended up not coming back. So it made it available to where there were a few spots that were available, and so we ended up hiring some guys. That obviously kept some guys from the previous staff, hired a guy locally, but there's a lot of value in being with guys that you know and you trust. And it's not against anybody, nothing against anybody else. It's just the fact that I've been with those guys and been to battle, and they know the expectations that I have as the head coach. And so it's been a lot of fun. We've had a really good time. The timing was rough, and that's why we're going through some struggles right now. But I have full confidence that we're going to get there.
Talk about the challenge, not only for you but for your players. When you come in that late, it's sort of like you're a step behind everybody else, and it's one that only time will take care of. You can't hurry it because there's only so much time. But talk about that adjustment, not only for you but for the kids too.
Sure, it's definitely a tough situation just because we weren't a part of spring ball, and spring ball. The best part about spring ball is evaluation, and obviously everybody learns their system and gets better at that every single day in spring football. But at the end of the day, you're trying to evaluate what you have as a team, and so I think obviously our guys are still learning the system, offense and defense, and how we do things, and that's part of the deal. But I would say the biggest hurdle that we've had to face is just knowing what we have personnel-wise and trying to evaluate that. We're still moving some people around and figuring things out, and it's week 4. And usually that's not a good thing, and so that's the only thing that was tough. Was really not going through spring ball, but our kids have adapted really well, and I think we got a smart group. I mean they've picked up on everything, and there's just a few things holding us back right now from being successful.
We're talking about the challenges that you and your coaching staff in particular are having. Not only do you come to a new school, you come to a school that's in the highest region in the state of Alabama, where the caliber we here in Alabama like to feel like it's football that's played as good as anywhere in the country. Sure. And all of a sudden you come into a program where you're meeting these top dogs like the Hoovers and the Vestavias and the Mountain Brooks. Talk about that challenge for you as a head coach, for you and your staff.
Sure, well, it's exciting, and I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons I came here. And I don't think I probably wouldn't have come otherwise if it was just something that was different, but I think being a part of this region is exciting, and it's a great opportunity. The football is great. I would say, obviously, I have a connection with Coach Malzahn, and so I've known a little bit about high school football in Alabama over the years. But more than anything, our school at Shiloh, we came to a 7-on-7 at Hoover High School that they put on every year, a big national 7. We've been there 6 or 7 times, and so I've really got to know some of the coaches down here and really built some relationships there. And so that was a big deal because I just have so much respect for high school football in this state, and so that was a big part of us coming here. One of our coaches, actually, our defense coordinator Adam Kane, he used to be a coordinator at Samford, and his wife's from Birmingham, and so there's a little bit of connections there, and it's been a lot of fun to get to know the coaches that have great respect for all these guys. The entire state, not just our region, but especially our region. It's a tough deal, and they told me that when I came here to interview. I mean, they didn't try to sugarcoat it. They said you're playing the best of the best. So.
Well, the one question that I want to ask you, and I'd be remiss if I didn't do this, how has the move been for your wife and your family? I know that's a big part of it. It's a big reason that you came as well.
Sure. Yeah, it's not easy to move your family. I actually have 3 boys, first grader, third grader, and then a 4-year-old. And so, they're not quite sure what's going on totally, but obviously my older guys, they kind of figured out, they loved where they were at and had grandparents on both sides there, so hasn't been necessarily a real easy move initially, but the community of Trussville is awesome, and they've been so great and welcomed us in, and so that's been a huge part of it. My boys are playing youth football, so that's helped them a little bit as far as getting some friends, and they love Alabama. So my 4-year-old says he already loves Alabama more than Arkansas. So I don't know if he knows what's going on, but he's enjoying it. So it's obviously it's never easy to leave family, but my wife is really enjoying it, and she's a huge part of this whole thing. Obviously, I mean, I think any coach's wife out there understands the sacrifice, and so I really appreciate my wife Kate for doing what she did and being willing to move 10 hours out east here in the southeast.
In the last few seconds we got, you as a part of history this last Friday night. It didn't go the way you wanted it to, but yet Coach Anderson on the other side of the sidelines, that had to be that had to be a little bit of enjoyment there for you, even in a loss for him.
Well, Coach Anderson's a great guy, obviously, and he has a great has done a heck of a job in his career. I got to meet him this summer. Actually, we were looking at his turf because we were getting turf on our stadium, so we got to talk about field turf and all that. And just a great guy. Obviously, I have a ton of respect for him. We told our kids we were trying to make history and beat the stadium because we've never beat the stadium before. But history's going to be made either way, and so congrats to Coach Anderson, and he's obviously done it the right way for many years.
Well, great to have you here. Good luck down the road, and I know you got plenty of great years ahead of you.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll visit with the players from Hewitt-Trussville. Don't go away.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Ted Townley in Homewood today.
The Drive Shop in Trussville not only personalizes cars, SUVs, and trucks, they can personalize your motorcycle or ATV as well. They also specialize in automotive accessories to fit your specification. They provide performance and fuel economy upgrades, lift kits, off-road accessories, custom lighting, bed liners, and much more. Once again, that's the Drive Shop located just north of downtown Trussville on Highway 11. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The number to call, 533-8785. Or visit us online at thedriveshop.com or like us on Facebook. Don't forget, you'll receive a 10% discount if you mention Snapper's name.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, once again, welcome back. We'll remind you very quickly, the way you get our program now is you go to the internet, go to castvshow.com, our website there. We're on iHi, we're on YouTube, on our website. So there's 3 ways that you can get us, and so be sure to go hunt for us very soon. In this portion of the program, we're going to be visiting with 3 athletes from the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies, and sitting closest to me, Kyle Moore, and all these guys are seniors. Kyle's a running back linebacker. And next to him is Gerard Godbolt, who is a wide receiver, defensive back. And then Devin Reed, a senior as well, a wide receiver and a defensive back. Kyle, we'll start with you. Going into this season, first of all, we'll talk about your expectations in a little bit, but talk about the transformation into a new coaching staff, new system, and for you players in particular. How's that transformation been, and how's it gone thus far?
It's gone pretty far. When he got here, we just had to get a new mindset on how to adapt to the new offense and defense that we were going to run, and we were just going to have to buy into everything that they were saying.
But it's an adjustment not only for the coaches, but it's a big adjustment for your players when the new coach comes in, and especially with you guys being seniors, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gerard, how about you? How's that been how's the adjustment been for you?
From the start, it was pretty rough, but for me, because I had to adjust mentally. But I kind of talked to my teammates, trying to see what everybody else's mindset was and getting everybody else to buy into the program, because we knew that we needed it, and it was a good turnout.
Okay, Devin, how about you?
It was rough when we first started out.
everybody had to buy into the system, learning new positions, plays, game speed, changing, doing like little things right, like running routes and stuff like that.
Right. Well, let me ask you too, going into this season, being your senior season, you go into a new region, new classification, and so there's probably going to be some teams on your schedule that you haven't played before. And I know you've known your schedule. Have you seen some of those teams that you look forward to playing down the road, or have you already played some that you hadn't played before?
We pretty much played all, I think we played pretty much all of them besides like Oak Mountain, Thompson. But I'm looking forward to playing like Hoover and Clay.
Okay. How about you, Teron?
Same for me. I'm looking forward to playing our big rival, Clay Chalkville. That game is fun every year, and I'm also looking forward to playing Hoover.
Right. Now, that Clay Chalkville game, is it game number 10 this year?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Usually y'all would start the season off for them, and I always thought that was backwards, a big rival game. Do you like playing it toward the end of the season, or the ending game of the regular season, or did you always like to kick off with them?
Well, it was kind of tradition to play them towards the beginning of the season, but I'm looking forward to the change of playing them at the end of the season because I feel like it would be a great turnout.
Right.
Both teams will be really prepared.
How about you, Kyle?
I feel the same way as them. Just playing the big names like Hoover and Clay, I mean, it's just going to be fun to see how we respond to the environment and how we keep going as offense and defense and just come together as a team and see how we do.
Well, let me ask you this. I know y'all practice fairly close to where the new stadium is being built, right? How awesome is it to peek over that way and look at that stadium, and I bet you're really looking forward to getting in it, right?
Oh yeah, it's looking good.
And how do you feel about that? It's almost looked like it's going to be like a small college stadium.
Yeah. I would say it's kind of bittersweet because you're watching everything come together, and you're looking forward to being there, and then there have been some setbacks, but
right.
I'm still looking forward to being in that stadium.
Okay, how about you, Debbie?
I'm really anxious to play in it. I'm really happy. Like to set a new legacy.
I tell you what, it's going to be, everything is brand new, and not many times you get to get into a situation like that. And I know every time they turn around, it seems like they have to set it back a little bit, but it also looks like y'all will be in it before the season's over with, which is a good thing. Kyle, let me ask you this. I know you guys spend a lot of time practicing and playing your games, but what's a day like for you at high school? You got to go to classes because we talk about the fact that if you don't qualify in the classroom, you don't ever make it to the football field, so you got to be good at that. You got to have study time as well. Talk about how you're able to fit all that schedule into your day.
Well, the coaches just hold us to a high expectation of keeping our grades in line, so after practice we just have to go home and do whatever homework we have, and then in the classroom we have to pay attention really good so we get what the teachers are teaching, and so that we can keep our grades good.
What kind of challenge is that for you?
Well, recently I've taken our school's ACT prep course, so that was kind of rough, Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it's been a learning experience for me, time management as I look to make the transition into college, so I'm kind of learning from the whole thing.
How about you, Debbie?
It's going good for me, knowing the teachers that I have this year that are us being seniors that are working with us to make sure that we reach what they expect out of us, reach our full potential.
Well, now that brings us to another question, the fact that you guys are seniors. First of all, and Devin, we'll start with you. Hopefully there's college football in your future, but if not, one, where would you like to go to college? And two, if you did, what kind of courses would you take?
I would like to go to FSU for engineering.
Okay. Engineering? Have you ever thought about coaching sometime in your future?
No, sir.
No, that's not for you. Okay, Jerron, what about you?
I look to, my dream college is actually the University of South Carolina.
Really?
My family is from there. I've grown up there most of my life, so that's been a huge college for me, and I'd like to study something along the lines of in the medical field, something like sports medicine. I recently thought about endocrinology,
Really?
studying that, but it's still a whole thinking process.
Well, one thing about it, I mean, even though you're a senior, the time is closing on you fast, but it's not like you got to make that decision tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Kyle?
I'd pretty much like to go to Alabama, just like everybody else around here, pretty much, and study business and accounting.
Well, if it's not Alabama, it seems to be Auburn or something darn near like it, right? One other thing I'd like to know is a lot of times people think they know us, but they really don't. Now, there's something about you three guys. There's got to be one thing that we wouldn't know about you, like you play the piano, or do you like hunting, or do you like to swing the golf club, or what? Just tell me what people don't know about you that would surprise you if you told them.
Probably that I like to play disc golf a lot.
Really? Well, now that's something, me being a regular golfer, I don't understand the disc golf, but I see the little things all over the parks and
Yes, sir.
everything. So it has to go with the throwing the, what do you pitch into it?
It's like a frisbee.
Frisbee, yeah, yeah. Well, are you good at it?
Yes, sir.
That makes you want to do it more. Okay, how about you?
A lot of people wouldn't guess that I would, like my family likes to fish. You know, my dad and I, that's usually our pastime when we do have time. You know, we go fishing, and I also like to be around kids. I like to.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good, good. Yeah, that fishing is one of these things that you can. It's a relaxing type pastime, right? Yeah, that would be great.
I like to try to sing.
Try to what?
Sing.
Sing?
Yeah.
Now, who do you sound like when you try to sing? What kind of music?
I don't know. I just sing.
You just like
I
singing?
just sing.
You sing in church?
Yes, sir.
That's one component of religious music. You sing out, right?
Yes,
The reason I say that, and believe me, I'm not making fun of you, you seem like a quiet guy.
Yes.
Now, that's a quiet guy sitting here. On the field, you're probably making a lot of noise, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what counts, you know. All right, guys, another question I like to ask, too, because you get different answers. To this point in your life, and all of your seniors in your young life, tell me who's been the most inspirational persons in your life and why? We'll start with Kyle.
Most inspirational would probably be my grandfather, because he basically was my father figure growing up, and he's just been there for me for my whole life, basically.
Well, good. Okay.
For me, I would have to say my parents are really inspirational to me because, you know, they've gone through adversity throughout their lives, and I've seen them go through adversity throughout my life, and, you know, they kind of, you know, taught me to push forward regardless of the.
Good. How about you, David?
I would say my parents. They've been behind me since like Little League, and they help me in everything I do. They help me in class, they try to help me on the field, but.
Well, good. And I know, I think, John, you said something a while ago about kids.
Yes, sir.
Do you have younger kids that, and I know you guys do and just don't realize it, that look up to y'all as football players? And do y'all try to head them, or do you in particular try to head a youngster, tell them what football has meant to you in your life and what it can mean to them in their life?
Actually, I have a little cousin from back home that he comes to stay summers with my family and out here in Alabama. And, you know, he's a young football player, and he's been asking me, you know, to work him out and stuff like that, showing the basics of football so we can take him back home. And I've been helping him a lot with that.
I was going to say, a lot of times we don't realize it, but kids around us watch you guys, seniors, more than you think they do. And then, Kyle, have you ever had a situation where you could have younger kids looking up to you and what you would tell them about what football has meant to you and what it can mean to them?
Well, I mean, like every time, like if I get the opportunity to, like, speak to one of the little kids who look up to us, I just try to tell them like how football has impacted my life and like how good of an experience it is for not just to make friends, but to like strengthen your, I guess you could say, your faith and like stuff like that.
Well, I tell you what, like I said, a lot of times, guys, you don't realize younger kids are watching y'all. and y'all can be positive role models or negative, and it sounds like you guys are trying to do it in a positive way. I know the season hadn't gotten started off exactly like you want it, but y'all will be growing with the coaches, y'all will be getting better, and you'll be graduating, and all of you, good luck, whatever endeavor you do, wherever you end up going to school, okay? And I'm glad to have you come and visit with us, all right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Folks, once again, we want to tell you we'll be back with you in 2 weeks. We're taking a week off next week, but till then, you know what the Snapper always says, bicycle.